Hello.
Hey, Julia.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How you doing?
I'm good. We're so excited. We are doing an Audacy check-in with the one and only Shakira. How are you today?
I'm great. It's great talking to you.
You too. Well, I'm so excited to get to talk to you. You're fantastic. And I think one of the things I appreciate about the music you've given us is each song really feels like its own universe in a way, which is exactly the energy I get from Don't Wait Up. What does this song mean to you?
So many things, during the pandemic, we were all so isolated and so it was so hard to be in a recording studio with other collaborators, that I was craving it. And as soon as it was safer to travel and for me to be with other people in the studio, amazing things started to happen, like this song. It was just pure magic between me and Ian and Emily Warren. It was just incredible, the chemistry between us. And we had a song in less than a day, that just came up in the most organic way. But, I feel like this is a song that I was looking for a while. I was imagining this song inside of me. I think it was already like kind of being conceived, in so many ways. I wanted something very EDM-y, very electronic, very nostalgic about the 90s, that nostalgia in it. And this is it. Oh, I can't be happier.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big comeback. And I was going to ask you if you were like in your head about it at all, having to make this your comeback. But it sounds like you were pretty certain once it all kind of came about.
Yeah, I mean, I've been making a lot of music in Spanish during the past years, but also doing other things such as having kids and, like just minor stuff. And then, but yeah, it's true that I haven't done a song entirely in English by myself for a while. My last collaboration was with Black Eyed Peas and Girl Like Me, and that was awesome. That was really an amazing experience. But yeah, this is in a way a comeback. Yeah, and yeah, I've been very nervous and very excited. And I feel like there's a whole new chapter in my career, in my as an artist and as a creator that is opening up to me right now.
What does that look like? Because that's so crazy to hear. Because what does the new chapter look like for you? Because you've had such a successful one already.
In a way, I feel like renewed as a singer. I feel that I'm a much better singer now than maybe 10 or 20 years ago. I don't know. I listen to old records. I'm like, why do I even have fans? I'm like, and now I feel that now I feel very mature now as a singer and very accomplished and very curious still about what I can do and what I can't do. It's just I feel at the threshold of many great things happening and very inspired, full of ideas. I can't stop making songs right now. And I'm not very prolific. Like this is something that happens every so often. It's not like I'm every day in the studio. I have two kids. I have other things in my life. But right now, everything I want to do is just make music. And the kind of music that I'm making is just completely unexpected, even to me.
Yeah. Well, do you believe in manifestation in terms of music and finding the right things to inspire you? And because you were kind of saying you felt like that song was in you all along. What do you kind of focus on to create?
Yeah, I believe in what you just said, in visualization and manifestation and all that stuff. I don't want to sound too metaphysical, but I do think that there are certain things in my life that I think about and I visualize and they just sort of happen, And right now I'm working with super interesting people like Pooh Bear, for example, who's just awesome.
Yeah.
And we've had instant chemistry in the studio. We're making really great songs and other people, like Tiny, and I don't know, so many people that I'm really thrilled to be sharing the same air with. And yeah, I mean, who knows what's happened, but I know that there's a ton of music coming up and I'm very excited about it.
When you go to create a song, what kind of comes first in the thought process? Is it what you want rhythmically for dancing, or is it some sort of visual?
I'm very much focused on melody. I'm all about the melodies. And then most of the time I focus on melodies, and then I think that the melodies suggest a type of lyric, or a concept. But I sometimes write on top of beats, but sometimes I just write on top of chords, and very rarely, but occasionally it also happens that lyrics and music come at the same time. And that is the most miraculous thing that can happen. When it's like someone up above is just dictating you what you're supposed to say, or from some other dimension. I don't know. It's just weird, but kind of wonderfully weird.
You're making so much music right now, and you're in this really inspirational place. Has it started to take form of an album, or are you just kind of seeing what comes out right now?
I think that with the pandemic and everything, we've learned to seize the moment, seize the day. And I feel that in a way that has changed us all, that we have to live in the present. And that's what I'm doing also musically, artistically, whatever comes up. If I feel good about it, I just want to share it. I want the instant gratification. I don't want to wait for me to get in the studio for 2 years and prepare an album, because then I will never be able to share that music, because I take forever in the studio. I'm so perfectionist, and so I get into a level of detail that is just at some point could be tedious for everybody around me and for even myself. So it's just better to okay, I got a good song. This is it. Let's just go for it. Let's make a video. Let's put it out there. You put it out there into the world, and then when you least realize it, you have a whole album. I mean, at least that's my plan for now. Just keep on putting out songs, and when an album is ready, it's ready.
It'll find its way. Yeah. I mean, it seems like you're in a great place. And, I wanted to know, what was the best thing that you've learned over the years through doing it? Is it that the learning to let go and kind of living in the moment?
Oh, I have learned so many things, and so many things that are still waiting to be learned. But yeah, I think that I used to be the kind of cook that needed to have the appetizers, the main course, and the dessert, everything ready to serve the meal. Now, as soon as I got the appetizer, I'm putting out the appetizer out there. When the main course is ready, I'll serve it. And if there's dessert, maybe we're lucky there's dessert. Maybe there's no dessert. But anyways, I used a weird metaphor. But yeah, I mean, I've learned to also seize the moment as an artist, and just enjoy it to the maximum, because you never know what's going to happen next. We live in such a fickle and unpredictable world that we just gotta be present.
Yeah. Well, the music video for Don't Wait Up is stunning. And the thing that sticks out to me the most is the colors. The colors of it stuck out, the deep jewel tones, the golden. Where did the visual for the video start?
I wanted to do a video about surfing at night, because I thought there was a certain sense of danger in there, and sense of adventure more than danger. I think sense of adventure and that zest for life that I've been experiencing with this new hobby of surfing that I recently took up. I picked up this new hobby while we were confined, and we weren't able to go to restaurants or bars. Not that it's something that I particularly need, or crave, but it just kind of forced me to be more outdoors and enjoy nature. And I discovered surfing, and I completely got addicted to it. The times, after I spent some time on that board, they were I was dreaming about riding waves for 8 days in a row. I couldn't get over it. It's my brain was starting to function differently. It was such a new sensation, such a new feeling to be standing on top of a wave, that I was I created new neural pathways in my brain.
Well, there's something to be said about learning a new skill. It really does so much for you and your soul and everything.
Exactly. It's never too late to learn a new skill. To prove yourself that you can do it, even though you think you can't, to challenge yourself in new ways. That's what keeps you alive and present too. With with Girl Like Me, the Girl Like Me video, you also see me skating, surf skating, which is another hobby that I took while we were confined. Quarantine. But I enjoy it so much. I mean, I tried to get my kids into it, and I ended up being engaged. It's crazy. And now I feel like I have like a 16-year-old boy inside of me that it wants to come out.
Are you like the person are you like the person who has to get up every morning and like first thing, like hit the water?
No, first thing in the morning, I'm gonna say I'm not that I'm not that professional about surfing. I'm just starting. But no, whenever there's waves, I got a group of friends who are like, okay, Shakira, there's waves. Are you coming? And I go, I hit the beach, and it's just like one of the greatest feelings on earth, really. I never thought I would surf. First of all, I'm super scared of like everything that's underwater.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not good with cold water. I'm a chicken for cold water. But I don't know. It's like against all odds, I'm surfing. And it's wonderful. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like just totally therapeutic. And I love hearing that it's like kind of feeding its way into like your dreams and everything that you're doing. Like that's so inspiring.
Yeah, it takes care of your problems. Yeah. Waves do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I've heard you say you're feeling really inspired right now. What are you doing to pull the most from that feeling while it's there?
Getting to work. Like I've been here in Miami for the last couple of weeks, and just like being in the studio, meeting with new producers, writing, and just pursuing all of those ideas that are emotion inside of me. And I got enough songs to put out a new album now, but I still feel that there are other things I want to pursue. There are other things that I want to experiment with, and I'm still very curious. So while that curiosity is there, I'm just gonna go for it and see where it takes me.
Yeah. And I think the great thing about where music's been at lately for artists is like, you can just put out songs until you figure it out. And if it's not on the album, the song that you put out, then that's fine too. And it seems like there's a lot more room to do that in like the past 5 years than there's ever been.
Yeah. There's like less bureaucracy, there's a little more freedom, which is, it's so liberating for artists like me, because in the past I suffered too much making albums, because I wanted to make sure that it was just absolutely perfect, and there was no room for error. And then you put out an album, a piece of work with like 10 or 11 or 12 songs in, and you got all this pressure of people judging it, finding out if they like it or not. I think that now artists have the freedom to play a little bit more, and also make mistakes. And you put out music, and you show people which kind of moment you're going through, and if they feel identified, they embark with you on that journey. And if not, you'll find other people who will do that with you, and it just feels really liberating, as I said before.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to get to talk to us. This has been amazing, doing an Audacy check-in with Shakira.
Oh, likewise. Thank you, Julia. It's been awesome to talk to you, and I hope we can do it again sometime soon.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Bye.